Hey, John here again. So I got this X300 John Deere. It's a 2009 model. It came to me to try to figure out why the belt keeps breaking, the mower belt keeps breaking. This has got like 600 hours on it, and he's on his ninth belt inside what it's 2018. So he bought it from John Deere. He's had it a while now, 8 years or uh, what I said was it 2009? Okay, 9 years. Um, so he's he's at his wits end. He keeps taking a John Deere. They keep replacing a $70 belt every season. This breaks like once a season, and they just chalk it up to, I think the latest thing is you have to have your mower engaged on high speed, and you do. Don't get me wrong, but it's not going to break a belt. Certainly not nine of them. So it's here, and I got to try to figure this out. And while I'm trying to, I'm got to put a new belt on, and try to figure out what's going on here. At first, I thought maybe it was the belt's too tight, but it's not. It's got electric clutch, and something is definitely wrong. I'm here to get to the bottom of it, and you know, I got to find what I find and see if I could fix it. So he's told me that John Deere right there at their shop put a brand new belt on it, and he had him engage it, and at the parking lot, and it exploded right there, and they said it was a defective belt, and they put another one on. But like I said, it's $70 a belt they're charging them, and they're breaking way too premature. So at this point, I don't really know anything yet, and uh, I do get to the bottom of it because I'm making this video and I'm you know, editing obviously, but it turns out this particular machine is defective. I didn't know it at the time. I'm just putting this belt on, and at the time of making this video, I have no idea what I'm looking for, but I almost found it immediately, and then I do a fix to remedy this problem. So,
Wow. So I think I found a problem, but it's a factory problem. All right, so this is the 3/16 belt that was longer, but it's not that tight, you know. I can't even imagine the other one, being so tight it's going to break. I think I found a problem. I don't know what to do about it. I got to look at it, but really bad lighting. You see this? Where the hell am I? This bolt I'm pointing at. It's part of this bar here for the deck leveling. This bolt here, it's got to be on the inside, just the way it's lining up here. I could stick 2 fingers, more than 2 fingers in here. Where am I shining here? I don't even know where I'm at. Yeah, more than 2 fingers on this side. Check this side out, the other side. It's like something's wrong. So maybe this belt, just every now and then, or it's rubbing on it, gets hot, hits it. I don't know. But look at this. All right, so this is. Sorry about the camera shaking all over. You see the belt moving? I can't even get my finger behind that bolt. It's like, listen, it's just about touching. It's not exactly touching, but it's way too close. I can't even get my finger in there. Look at that. So, and even this, look at that. If that belt bobbles a little bit, look at that. It's hitting. So that ain't cool. I don't know what to do about that. I gotta get that whole mechanism clear of that. That's gotta be what's causing this, I mean, that's just cock, man. This belt only goes on one way. I don't dare start this and waste that belt. That explains why, let me take this back apart and try to get you a tighter shot of this BS. Alright, so I got it up in the air a little bit, but let me zoom in a little bit. See if I can. I don't have my glasses on, so it's hard to see. Alright, so that's the belt. I can't even get. That's just too tight. I can't even get my. Where is it? Go on the back side here. Can't even put your finger. Look at how close to that. You can't even put your finger. It's hitting this bolt. It's got to be what's causing it. I mean, there's no shredding on the old belt that broke, but clearly that bolt is not in the right spot. I mean, it is in the right spot, but that's just too close. I'm not going to start this like this. So obviously it must be catching a rib. Let me show you. You know, this is another belt here, but you see how this has, I don't know if you can see it or not, that seam there? What the hell am I looking at here? See that seam? It's at a 45. If you feel it, one's raised just a hair. I mean, if it goes by that thing and catches that seam, it's probably where it's breaking. I bet you the, hold on a second. It is a seam. Look at that. See how it's a 45? I bet you it's catching that bolt right at that seam where the belt's mended together and just exploding it. Just catching it and boom. It's got to be what's going on. So maybe when you're mowing, you know, I don't know, hit a little pothole or something, maybe that belt just jars just a little bit and catches that that shredded, that threaded bolt. Again, it doesn't look like it's shredded anything. It just popped right there at the seam. You can tell it's a seam because it's at the 45. Huh. So now I got to figure out, I got to get rid of this bolt. I got to do something. I'll have to move. Let me think about this. I try not to move the camera as best I can, but it's hard. So I got that deck lowered to 1 inch, and it does clear now, but this thing's impeding. So my plan is, I'm going to have to, you see where this hooking mechanism? I'm going to have to put this hook that's carrying that, you know, I'm going to switch all this to the outside. You know, it's directly above. This is where it's supposed to be, but I'm going to have to extend this piece. I'll have to weld a piece on to this piece, extend it out to here so we could flip this whole apparatus around. So the bolt, this whole piece will be on this side and way out here. Hopefully that'll do the trick. Alright, so here's what I come up with. Just welding a bolt so that, you know, this piece was in here, like so. You know, this is, well, I ain't going to go over that bolt now because it's welded on there, but this piece went there and hooked on, you know, that piece. So I got to come out about 1.5 inches, something like that. And then that you'll see on the machine that mechanism will be on the other side. I'll have to, like this, put a little piece of flat metal so this won't slip off. Yeah, kind of something like that. Let it cool, paint her up, but then your hook goes over like this. Of course, on a machine, now it can't come off either way. So it'll hang in the air, as opposed to you know, be on the other side of that bar. Well, you'll see when I put it back together. This was here, right? Was in here. So now I'm all the way out here. So I think that'll work, and this will hang down and, you know, miss everything, hopefully. So let me let that cool and paint it up and put it on and see what's doing. Alright, so there's the extension, and you'll see it better when I get it hooked up. But see, now this thing, instead of being on the inside where that belt is, where my finger is, you know, and that bolt stuck down too close to the belt, now we just put it on this side. Yeah. And now that bolt's going to stick down here. There's nothing it's going to touch, not even close. Belt's way in here. Oop. Belt's way in here. The bolt's going to be here. You'll see when it's together. I'll hang that, get this thing back together. I'm not even going to let the paint dry. Screw it. Because I got to get out of here. And start this up, see if this puppy lasts or doesn't break. Well, we ain't going to know for a while, but like I said, that one guy started up, blew the belt immediately. Must have caught a seam right here. I mean, you saw how close it was. That's just ridiculous. There's no reason for that. Even with this deck all the way down, look at this cockamamie. Look at it pull. I mean, it's just, I don't like the design, but who am I? I'm not an engineer. I just fix shit. Okay, you got a better look now. So that didn't quite need to be that long. Doesn't matter as long as it's hanging, but so I got the bolt in there, the pins on. As you can see, this shadow. This bolt is nowhere near impeding on anything. So let me go out and fire this thing up. See what happens, eh? Okay, she's all back together. I don't think I forgot any parts. And we'll see if this thing breaks right away or I get it fixed. Only time will tell anyways. So let me start this up and fire it up. Yeah, she works. I suspect you couldn't get your finger between there and it was catching that bolt. It's got to be what it was, because there's no other explanation for it. At first I thought maybe a tight belt, but it's not tight. You know, and the difference between a 316, I mean a 143 and 316, it's not a heck of a lot, especially on a system like this where it's under a spring tension. You don't cinch it in or nothing. It is what it is. But being that close to you know, it's just ridiculous. I mean, and it's a bolt too, a bolt and a nut. It ain't like it's a belt keep or something, because that thing goes up and down. Every time you raise this up and down, it gets closer, or you know, towards that bolt. So anyways, it's on the other side there, but I got her licked, I think. So anyways, thanks for watching. I'll let you know if this thing breaks, I guess, in the future, but thanks for watching. Later.